I'm at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show and a gentleman came up to me and said, I'm a huge fan of your channel, which is always lovely to hear. And then he said, I've got my yacht here, you should come and see it. So I came to take a look and it is brilliant. He has spent an absolute fortune completely refitting this. It's a 112-foot Westport, it's a 2002. It's just had a year and a half complete refit. I mean, the hull brought right back to bare and then refed, the whole interior done, and he's really infused this with the personality of him and his wife, and he's done an incredible job. So he's very pleased for me to film it, but not half as pleased as I am to be doing it, because people sometimes say to me, Nick, these modern yachts are all a bit bland, aren't they? Well, not this one. This is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to take you on board of this and I'm going to give you the full tour. We're going to squeeze on just here, slip my shoes off. Now, as I say, this is a 2002 boat. You could be mistaken for thinking that it was brand new because, well, look at it. It is absolutely immaculate. As I say, a lot of money just been spent on it. To be precise, $7.7 million, and it is worth every penny. That's just the refit, that's not including the cost of the boat. So we're going to head on this way. We've got the cockpit area here, of course, under this big overhang, but it's when we go inside that I think you start to see the style and the personality. Now, there are a couple of things that the owner stressed to me, and that was that he wanted a boat for him and his family that was designed to be about the journey and not the destination. So he wanted something that was just a really comfortable place to be, whether at sea, whether at anchor, whether in a harbour. And some of the things that he's done on this, for example, a perfect example in fact, he's very, very conscious about noise on yachts. So this would normally be operated by 2 air conditioning chillers. This one is operated by 4, so that it keeps the noise levels right down. And if I just stop talking for a change, you can probably tell just how quiet that is. And you can see his passions here as well. So for example, look at this over here. This is his music system, and it's all analog. I love this kind of stuff. There's nothing digital in this. So there is a vintage record player. This is one of the very first ones to have a suspended deck, and of course on a yacht that makes a lot of sense. You've got the wireless there as well, as in the old school wireless, not modern wireless. But yeah, all of this underneath it is all analog, so it's a pure sound, not a digital sound. This is a reproduction of a very famous table and chairs, and he did tell me to design it, and I honestly can't remember. I should have written it down. The other thing to mention is you can see some very slight streaming around here. That is not happening in real life. That's just the GoPro messing about, so try and ignore that. But yeah, all of this is new. So the floor, it's a real wood floor. All this is new, all the linings, all the upholstery, everything. And it is absolutely infused with his and his wife's personality. So if we press on, one of the things that he wanted to achieve was he wanted to make sure that the crew had a kind of a, I don't know how you would describe it, a parity really. They didn't feel that they were, you know, if you like, sort of squashed in as often is the case. That one there's the day heads, by the way. So what he did was he said, okay, this area forward, there are 2 crew zones, and this is one of them. So this is all for the crew. So they have got a proper big open area. The galley is up here as well. And this, which would normally be a guest area on this yacht, is a crew area. Of course, all of this is new. And the detailing that has gone onto here. So for example, there's an extractor fan. That's nothing new. That's underneath here, and it's quite a powerful one. The problem with extractor fans is that you end up with negative pressure and it ends up pulling smoke back in. So what this does is it has a sensor so that when you start to detect negative pressure, it starts to feed air back in through this one here. So it's not just out, it's air in, and that means that it takes away all of the fumes, all of the cooking smells. The attention to detail on here is just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So much thought gone into this. I actually spent probably, I don't know, best part of an hour with the owner going through this one, and it is impressive. So this is designed here for all the crockery and cutlery and that sort of thing, so it's all easily to hand. And then there is a lot of refrigeration across here as well that's been added. Of course, you've got it here too. And then it's, as I say, it's all given over to crew accommodation, as is this down here. So this normally would be a guest cabin. On this one it's not, it's crew cabin. But the standard and the finish, yes, the crew areas are a bit smaller. No, they're no worse off in terms of the quality. Impressive, huh? And then the ensuite is here. One other thing, the details that went through on this are just fantastic. Look at this. This is a vintage style tap, and the idea of this is normally you have to put your hand under the tap to get the water, and of course, you know, it's in the way. The idea of this was that it comes out hang on, there we go, it comes out this way rather than straight down. Obviously that adjusts the temperature there. We've got a shower in here as well, and then we've got the loo down here. There we go. So that is that, and these beds actually will come together if you want them to. You can have this as a double bed in here. So that's that area. We're going to head on back. I'm going to show you the guest areas. In fact, what I will probably do, look at this, isn't that a lovely area to come up to? And it feels like new, it genuinely feels like new, and that was the idea. The cost of the yacht and the cost of the refit, and it included bringing the engines completely back to 0-hour rating, was about half the price of a new yacht. So the idea was to kind of prove that you can get a new yacht effectively for half the price, but also do it in a green way. That sounds ridiculous for a super yacht, but the point is, refurbishing a yacht like this is a hell of a lot greener than building a new one. So that was another idea behind the concept of doing this yacht like this. We'll take a quick wander around here just so that we've covered all the areas. We've got sunbed up on the front, out into the Florida sunshine. It's the end of October and it's almost 30 degrees down here. It's remarkable. That's how she looks from here. Good looking boat. Let's head on down here. I think we won't go in that way. I should probably have checked that first, shouldn't I? Talk amongst yourselves. Let's come back around. But you get the idea. You've got access on that side as well. That's back into that galley section. In fact, I'll show you where that comes in a second. But all of this has all been redone, refinished, and it does look and feel brand new. Okay, here we go. So that other one should have opened like that, and the one that's on the other side that I tried to come in is just so we can orientate ourselves. I don't know where it is. It's going well. That's intriguing. Hang on. There it is. Okay, that's the door we tried to come in, and in fact this is quite a convenient route because we want to head down to the lower deck. Now the owner's wife is Japanese, and so you're starting to now pick up a lot of Japanese themes with regard to the design of the yacht. Let's just stop for a minute. This is flickering a bit, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so you're seeing this kind of stuff, and you're seeing, if we go into the owner's cabin here, there we go, you're seeing how beautiful that is. Love the woodwork. I'm really frustrated by this flickering. Please stop. Okay. Please rest assured that's not happening in real life. All right, we'll come in through here. Look at this vintage typewriter down here. But yet, against that, we've got the modern iPad controls to configure everything. Obviously, all full air conditioning. We've got the ensuite here. Japanese toilets in here. We've got the shower in the centre, of course. Again, with these beautiful taps. I love these. And another neat thing to tell you about is these. These are sensors. When you come in here, they fire up the extractor fans and they pull air out of here. But what's interesting about them, that one has just fired up. And if you listen, you can barely hear it. And that's because it's up there. and the actual motor itself is about 20 feet away, and then it's ducted through a muffler. And the idea is, again, to keep everything super quiet. You don't want to come in here at night and all of a sudden you get this whoa, the extractor fan. This is virtually silent. It's automatic. When you leave, it senses there's nobody in here, runs it for another 5-10 minutes, clears the air, shuts down. Honestly, the thought that's gone into this is fantastic. We've got access over there again into that ensuite that we just saw, a load of storage, and again it's all about the fact that it's about the journey, not the destination. It's about being on board. Big walk-in wardrobe here, and this is interesting because the owners selected to have their own washing facilities in here so that they can wash their own stuff. There are of course crew washing facilities as well, or laundry facilities I should say. But these are very impressive machines, because what these have is the dryer here has its own dehumidifying system. So it can recycle the air within it, cool the air, pull the moisture out of it, and the moisture collects then in here, which you can then empty. So it's not blasting air out of the system, it's all done internally. And this one as well is quite clever, because it has the liquid in there for the different functions, and all you do then is select what it is that you want to do, and it draws the liquid that it needs to do it. You don't need to keep filling it up with powder and liquid and all that sort of stuff. It's all automatic. Fantastic. Attention to detail. It's all attention to detail. Let's press on back a little bit further. So we've got the 2 cabins back here. This is vintage Japanese art, and I think, if I remember rightly, 1700s for that. And look at this cross here, this silk print. I'm really sorry about that strobing, that is frustrating, but hopefully you get the idea. Nice big cabin. Ensuite is in here. Shower on that side. Hanging locker in there. And then we can come out of here, swap into here. Similar deal except for single beds. Here we go. Drawers, hanging locker again, bathroom or ensuite. Very good indeed. Loo, of course, is, just in case you were wondering, is in there. Okay, people do ask if we don't show it, you know. Look at these handles. These are beautiful. And there's a reason I'm showing you those, and we'll come to that. Okay, let's come back out of here. I'm going to take you up now to the pilot house. Wine coolers down here. That's the door we tried to come around and into. Isn't that a wonderful space? Just looks brilliant. Okay. This is like a bar area over here. This is a record cleaning device for your vinyl collection. Let's open that again. And now we'll go on up. So again, of course, this has all been redone. And interestingly, the owner brought this back and up. He has some Navy, he used to be in the Navy a long time ago, so he understands how to set these things up correctly. And the idea of this is that when you're at the helm, you should be able to stand here looking out, but be able to look at the instruments without moving your head, just move your eye line slightly. And that was the idea of the setup in here. So this is higher and further back than it would originally have been for that reason. And it's all proper top end stuff. Look at this. So it's bang up to date and it looks fantastic. There's even a motion sensing device in here. So if the boat is on a long passage at night and it detects that somebody up here on watch is not moving, and after a while it'll sound an alarm because it's possible they've fallen asleep. And that's one of these fellas over here. I can't quite remember which one it was. He did point it out to me. I think it is possibly this top one here. Camera system throughout the whole yacht. Obviously radar, navigation, usual kind of stuff. Bow and stern thruster just there. Okay, let's loop on round. We'll head on out. Hello there. This takes us up then to the flybridge. Now this again is all enclosed and air conditioned. You can see these here, and again, these are all designed to be low noise. So that is putting out some serious cool air. You don't feel it. We've got a TV that rises out of here, so it makes a great place to come and watch a game. And then again, this is all refitted across here, bought bang up to date. And it is a very beautiful and very immaculate job. Wing stations have been added, they're here. Thusly. Yeah, that's a nice zone. More refrigeration over there. Very nice indeed. Let's head on out. There's a boat deck out here. Also, the owner said when he bought the yacht, there was a hot tub here. He didn't want a hot tub. He felt what would be better would be to have sunbathing there instead, and then use the area where the hot tub was for absolutely a massive amount of storage. Look at that. Let's open the other one as well. There we go. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Unless you're really keen on having a hot tub. Obviously you could put them back in if you wanted, but he didn't want one. He thought that was a better idea, and I can understand why. We've got, as I say, the boat deck here. So tender is here. This is a 16-foot rib and a very, very fast 70 miles an hour. I think it's supercharged, that one. Jet ski. And this is the crane to lift these on and off with. 90 horsepower outboard on that one. Yeah, it is, there we go. That is a serious bit of kit. Up on top, the radars, the satellite domes, the antennas, all that kind of stuff up there. Brilliant. Okay, I want to show you the crew areas and I want to show you the engine space, because there is nothing on this yacht that is not spectacular. So we'll come back down here, the loop all the way around, and then the access down is here. So that's back into the saloon area where we came in initially. This is taking us down into the crew space. Let's close that behind me. There we go. Hi there. Now I'm going to show you in here, this is the captain's cabin, but I want to show you this. Recognise this? Same door handles as you have in the guest areas and the owner's area. Same quality linen, same quality everything. Yes, of course it's a smaller area, you know, it's a crew area, they're here on a professional basis. But this is actually quite interesting, because when he bought the boat, this cabin came to here, and then there was a very small mess area here. By giving over that forward area to the crew where the galley is, where there's that country kitchen section, you don't need the mess area. So this was able to be enlarged. That means you've got more sleeping in here, but crucially also a whole load more storage. And if we come back here, again, you can see that quality everywhere. And that was very much the idea, was to make sure the crew were equally well looked after. So that's that. Actually, I'm telling a lie. I don't think that is the captain's cabin. That's just the crew cabin. Say just. That is a crew cabin. I think the captain's cabin's over here. Let's have a look. I do tell a lie. I was thinking there's a lot of beds in there for a captain's cabin. This is the captain's cabin. But same thing applies. It's all done to guest cabin standards. Ensuite is in here, and I'm going to reverse back out and take us back down through here, because we have more laundry facilities, like so. And then this one, that's access out onto the bathing platform, straight out of the boat. And that one there is another crew cabin. I'm not too sure what the light switch is for that, hang on. There we go. And in fact, that door there then is back into that ensuite we saw to the other crew cabin. So, yeah, there we go. That was the one we came in first of all, the one that I mistakenly said was a captain's cabin. So you've got 3 in that one, 1 in this one. It never actually run with 3 in there, but it has the facility there if it's needed. Plus the captain's cabin up here. Good. I'm glad we got that straight. Let's go and take a look at the engines. More washing facilities here. So there are 3 separate sets of laundry facilities. This one then takes us on into the engine room. It's air conditioned. The engines, as I say, they've been taken right back to sort of 0 hours standard. And this is as clean and as perfect as the rest of the boat. These are a pair of MTU 16V2000, so they're 16-cylinder engines, and they're giving the boat about 24 knots flat out. They cruise at about 12, and that gives them about 2,000 miles of range. Again, all the modern kit in here, so fuel polishing system, for example, is up here. We've got the Northern Lights generator set over here, another one on the other side. We've got Spot Zero water purification. Spot Zero is normally if you spray water on the outside of a boat and let it dry, you get spots all over it because of the impurities in the water. This purifies it to such an extent you don't need to wipe the boat down afterwards. So when the water runs off it, it's absolutely perfect. And in fact, there's water purification right the way through to all the taps as well, so that you've got drinking standard water. Even the tanks were taken right back and cleaned and prepared to food quality. So you don't need to have plastic on the boat, you don't need to have bottled water. You can just take the stuff straight out of the taps and drink it. So much thought has gone into this boat, it's incredible. And the owner, as I say, great guy, spent a lot of time with me. And some of what he's told me I'm remembering, and there's a few things I'm probably not, but yeah, it was a really interesting time looking around this one with him, because there's a lot of passion in this yacht. Okay, there we go. I've got a feeling we've just about covered that. Perfect. Let's head back up. And we'll finish up out here. In fact, let's go right up because there's a few people hanging around there. We'll finish up on the boat deck, shall we? And there we go. That has been a real treat. That wasn't expected, it wasn't booked. I was literally at the show walking around. The owner came up to me and said, "Love your channel, come and see my boat." And I'm so glad that I did. It's up for sale with Miles Yacht Group, so if you want more information on this one or you're interested in buying it, give those guys a shout. I'll put a link in the description. Massive thanks to the owner. Really enjoyed your time today and love your boat. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll catch you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye bye.